Matt the Mortgage Guy here. I want to make a quick video on should I buy in 2020. Now let me tell you, this question has come up multiple times. I've got multiple clients that I work with that so-and-so said this article said that, I'm not sure. Should I buy in 2020? Matt, I like and trust you. What's your opinion? So this is what I've stated when I've talked to folks, and so I'll do it in a video format. And really, there's a lot of factors that play into this. How long you plan on staying in the home, what market you're in. And by market, I don't only mean the location, but also, is it an entry-level price point? Is it a move-up price point? Is it a luxury home price point? Because when the economy does different things, different price points, different segments are affected differently. And there's a lot of smart people that talk about this that I follow, and I believe wholeheartedly in the fact that supply and demand really affects price points and what things are going to do in the future, and it affects price points differently. That's what I meant to say there. So anyhow, I'll be on with what I'm going to tell you, which is, should I buy in 2020? My personal opinion. And I may be biased. I'm a big fan of real estate. As a mortgage broker, I work with investors, I work with homeowners, I do personal deals of my own on the investment side and personally. And so here's something that I brought up to a client recently when asked, should I buy in 2020? My uncle's cousin at a barbecue started talking to me and saying, oh man, don't buy right now. Things might go down 10%, buy then. So here's my argument on when and why real estate is a good idea no matter what time. And we've seen real estate declines in the past. I mean, we're not that far removed from 2008 and what happened in the years preceding that crash. And so we know that real estate goes up and down, it ebbs and flows. Now, a lot of folks talk about recession, economic issues not necessarily being tied to real estate. And I believe in that as well, because the crash we had in 2008 was based on inflated real estate values, was based on inefficiencies in the mortgage market and corruption and fake values and stuff like that. So of course, real estate took a beating during that recession, and likely to be different. I won't speculate and tell you my opinion on that, but here's the thing. Real estate as a long-term investment, always a winner. That's my view. Always, always, always a winner. If you're buying real estate 10, 15 years plus, you can never lose. And when I say never, personal opinion, if you're holding it long-term, there's too much benefit. Even if it goes down 50%, it's gonna eventually recover. If you're in a fixed rate mortgage that's not going to change, and you've got stable employment where you can make the payment, you can ride out up, down, sideways until it rights. And over time, real estate does this. It doesn't do it in a straight line. It might go like this over however many years, but the appreciation goes up. It's just proven. I don't know how much years of data you want, 100 years. So I'll get into how I related to this person. And I said, listen, in 2006, I had met a beautiful young lady the year before. We were planning a life together, and we said, let's buy a house, because we're sharing this house with 3 college dudes, man. It wasn't the gym. 2006. Imagine some folks in 2006 who thought, Matt, real estate prices are inflated. Don't buy now, wait. I could have, but instead I bought a place, a nice little starter home for $345,000. October of 2006. Now, things were on the decline. By 2011, 5 years later, a lot of things around me were selling for between 180 to 200K. Now, if somebody told me don't buy, and then came back to me 5 years later in 2011, what would they say? I told you so. But here's the thing. The neighborhood I grew up in, where I'd lived at that point for 26 years already, now I've lived there for 40, I know I'm keeping this house and I'm not selling it. So I'm in it for the long term. I get it into a fixed rate mortgage that's a comfortable payment. I know I'm holding it for the long term. Whether it's worth 180 or if it's worth 480 really doesn't matter that much for me. Who's gonna pass it on to his kids and his kids' kids, right? So, told you so in 2011, Matt's an idiot, what's he doing? Let's fast forward, 17, I buy a new house. I keep this one because the plan is buy and hold forever, Warren Buffett. 2017, probably worth 360. But the more important part is, here we are in 2020, fixed rate mortgage, great terms. We're halfway home to being paid off. It just appraised at $408,000. Got great renters in there. I charge them fair rent. It's probably below market, but it's still $300 more than my mortgage payment is. And not only is $300 a month being added to the cash flow, but it's getting paid down every month. $700 or so per month is going towards the principal balance on my loan. So cash flow, principal balance, that's $12,000 a year on autopilot. I could add appreciation and say that, on its worst days, it's still appreciating 1% to 2% per year. Long story short, it's super easy asset to manage. Generally, folks who are paying $2,100 a month in a decent neighborhood for rent are good folks that are dependable. They're paying their mortgage on time, even during an economic crisis like we're having right now, or pandemic, whatever the heck you want to call it. So I've got a bunch of equity. I've got tenants paying my mortgage down, and I bought it at a bad time. Should I have not bought it? Should I not have bought the 2017 house because things were up? Or the 2019? I'm a believer in real estate long term. I've got a lot of people that are waiting on the sidelines, and they'll be the same sidelines folks. If stuff goes down 10, 15%, they're gonna wait for 30. Then it goes back up, and it's 10% more than it is today. And here they said, no, it's gonna keep going. I'm gonna wait for here. I mean, just wait until it's free. Wait until they're giving away real estate to buy. I don't know. That's my personal opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. Until next time.